My name is Corinne Pierce, and I am Pomo from Mendocino and Lake County. This is the Middletown Art Center, and it is a nonprofit operation that's run by Lisa Kaplan. And I am a basket weaver, and I'm also a community weaver.
My name is Lisa Kaplan. I am the co-founder of the Middletown Art Center. Middletown Art Center is primarily focused on engaging the community with the arts. I like to say that our purpose is to weave the arts into life in Lake County. In a rural community such as this, there are limited art resources, and this being a low-income community in particular, there are really few art resources. Weaving Baskets, Weaving Bridges is a project that we initiated and designed in collaboration with Corinne Pierce, who is our lead artist, with Rose Steele from the Elam tribe, with Millie Simon, first and foremost, who is from the local Middletown Rancheria, and with Mary Wilson, who is a cross-cultural outreach person and adult education specialist from Woodland Community College, and who spent her life dedicated to cross-cultural interactions and equity and inclusion.
Hi, my name is Wanda Quittiquit. That's Wanda and Quittiquit. And I'm Eastern Pomo from Robinson Rancheria. I started late in my art career, I guess, my brilliant art career. And it was, I started when I was like 30 years old. So I've been doing it for over 30-something years.
When I was a kid, there was no representation, like zero representation through my entire school career. In fact, I only had one teacher of color in the 3rd grade, and her name was Mrs. Munoz. That was it. Everyone else was white. There was no talking about my culture. In fact, the only time that we ever mentioned Native Americans when I was in school was Thanksgiving. All of the exhibits that I've ever seen about Native Americans have been through the lens of a non-Native person putting those things together. So very often, it's a culmination of all their favorite stereotypes, and that's what gets perpetuated.
I found a way to pay tribute to our Pomo designs, our Pomo basket designs. And the designs I use are from the very old Pomo weavers, mostly the unknown ones, because I collect a lot of books on Pomo basketry. And I look at the designs that where the weaver is unknown, because that always makes me feel a little sad, because that person was not documented, considering how the collectors who discovered Pomo basketry and brought it to what it is today because of their demand for Pomo basketry.
It was actually a long process. There was a lot of us going back and forth and talking about her expectations and my expectations, and a lot of we need to ask the elders, we need to include the right people, because even though I have ancestry in Lake County, I don't have ancestry from Middletown, and we share a lot. We have similar words, we have baskets, very similar style, materials, food, all that stuff. But my ancestry isn't from here, so it was very important to include Millie. And she is the local elder. There's a lot of back and forth and talking about what is culturally appropriate and what are we trying to say, what community involvement do we want? Because it was really important, this project was really important to, for us to represent ourselves.
Actually, one of the things about this exhibit is that it's about people who are truly, honestly, forever from here. And that's a really different thing. This exhibit, as I mentioned, is part of the Weaving Baskets, Weaving Bridges project. And the whole idea is to not other each other, but for us to come together in community because we're stronger together, and we really are stronger together, whoever we are.
It was a group effort to come up with Earth, Sky, and everything in between, because I feel like that really represents who we are. Like, we are standing here right in the middle. I've talked to some of the artists that are in this exhibit, and they've gotten more commissions, they've gotten more recognition. They have people calling and asking them to come and talk about their art or teach about their art. And I think that's a big thing for the entire community, not just in Lake County, but all the surrounding communities that we have artists represented here.
What is art to Native American culture? It's everything, as Corian said before. It's everything, it's part of life. And I know that when I walk on the land here, I feel the history that is here. I have never known all of the details. I learn more every day by working on this project. And I know that if I'm learning more, other people can learn more too, and so it needs to be shared.
This is our reality now. We are a mixture of both of these cultures, especially in California, you know, the whole east or the whole west coast where the Spanish were before the Americans. And so this is his interpretation of who we are. It's pretty accurate, if you ask me. Aloysa is the woman who made this. She's from Puerto Rico. She literally just started weaving a couple of years ago. She's an elder who retired and always wanted to weave. And I have to be honest, I think that a real dog vein dowry bags, I would say less than 10 have been made in the last 100 years. So that this exists in here is pretty amazing, and that she's a new weaver is pretty amazing. It's deeply rooted, and it's in the Yurok language. But this is for real. Reminds me of harvesting basket roots. It reminds me of gathering. It reminds me of so many things. I absolutely loved it. This is ongoing genocide. There are tribes in Florida during Trump's administration that officially became extinct because their children no longer met the blood quantum. Once we started this exhibit, there was more than one tribe so Middletown helped, Robinson helped, I know there was another Big Valley stepped in. And I remember when Lisa told me, they said, we don't do enough for the arts in our community. And now they're like, we need to do more art stuff. So it was really cool. I mean, it didn't just bring these artists together. It didn't just bring Indigenous and non-Indigenous people together. It brought the whole tribal community around the lake together. It is a groundbreaking thing to have Native American art curated by an Indigenous point of view is huge in all ways. And even for non-Native kids, we're creating new patterns, and that's what this is. This is creating new patterns with our feet firmly planted.
It's been an amazing experience, really working with Corian and Rose and Millie and learning how to behave with them. And I think they probably maybe are learning me at the same time. But I'm also learning that I have to listen more.
So these designs I consider them as gifts, and that by using them, I have to do it as correct and responsibility along with it to deliver something beautiful into my mind. But it's also contemporary because I incorporate some of my own little designs in it as I do it.
My real goal I used to call it my pipe dream, but I don't call it that anymore, is that every family has a weaver again.
This gallery has been hosting contemporary art exhibits for 7 years, and this is the first time that we've had contemporary Native American art here.
Right now is a really cool time to be alive because it's really in fashion to have Native Americans doing stuff now.
And so I want young people to just get a pen and paper. That's how it starts. And it will help you throughout your life. Might even save your life. And it will feed you. It will do everything for you. So that's how I feel for young people. I want them so much to develop themselves through art.